Hello there and welcome. I am Nimo and today's folktale is about a blind girl who rescued the entire village. Once upon a time, there lived a blind girl called Achieng. From the moment Achieng was born, the villagers regarded her with fear. They saw her blindness as a curse, a sign of divine disfavor that will bring misfortune upon their lives. Whispers filled the air, speaking of her as an omen of tragedy and a human to be avoided. As Achieng grew older, the mistreatment from the villagers became more evident. They viewed her as an outcast and a burden to the community. They would continuously stare at her whenever she passed by, as if her presence alone would invite disaster. Sometimes, the villagers would gather in small groups and gossip about Achieng while judging her blindness, and they will pass on stories and superstitions about her. During communal gatherings and celebrations, the villagers will not allow Achieng to join them and engage in activities like dancing, singing, and playing games. It was as if her blindness made her invisible to their eyes and hearts. All the mistreatment Achieng encountered made her feel so sad and wondered what wrong she had committed to go through all those types of hardships. She will sometimes question the gods of their land why they had abandoned her. But Achieng's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Otieno, encouraged her to remain strong, for she had a unique purpose in life. Achieng's parents nurtured her spirit, encouraging her to develop her other senses and explore the world in her own unique way. As Achieng grew older, her curiosity and thirst for knowledge flourished. She became acutely attuned to the sounds of nature, the melodies of birds, the rustle of leaves, and the rhythm of the wind. Through touch, she could differentiate textures and shapes of different items, creating a vivid mental image of her surroundings. Through the sense of smell, she could be able to differentiate between people or identify a particular person through their smell. Achieng's parents tried to plead with the villagers to treat Achieng like how they treated others, but they still persisted in the belief that she was a cursed human and that her presence could only bring misfortune in their lives. It was not long before the village suffered from a severe drought. The drought went on for months after months, and the once fertile lands turned arid. Crops began to wither and the villagers suffered from hunger, thirst, and desperation for food. Achieng, who was always attuned to nature, knew she was the only one who could help the villagers. Achieng set out on a journey to seek guidance from wise elders who lived deep within the forest surrounding the village. Throughout the entire journey, she relied on her heightened senses to navigate treacherous paths and rivers, embracing the guidance of the natural world. In the heart of the forest, Achieng encountered an elderly sage called Mfalme, the king of wisdom. With his wisdom, Mfalme recognized the extraordinary potential within Achieng. He became her mentor, teaching her traditional healing practices and imparting invaluable knowledge about the interconnections of all living things. Due to Mfalme's teachings, Achieng discovered her innate ability to communicate with the spirits of nature. With the guidance of these spirits, Achieng discovered a hidden spring deep within the forest. The spring had crystal clear waters which were untouched by the drought that plagued the village. Filled with hope, Achieng returned to her village, determined to share her discovery. Upon reaching the village and sharing with the villagers the spring she had discovered, she was faced with doubts. The villagers did not believe that there was a spring with clear waters in midst of severe droughts. Others mocked her, saying, "You are blind, Achieng. How did you know there was water and that the water was clear? I mean, can the blind see?" Hey, guys, I'm telling you, these people are so heartless. But instead of Achieng being angry with them, she urged them to believe in her, and soon everything will be normal and they will have plenty water to plant crops and quench their thirst. Reluctantly, the villagers agreed to follow Achieng to the hidden spring because they had no choice. They definitely had no choice. In short, they were so desperate that they forgot that they were receiving help from a caste girl who only brought misfortunes. I'm telling you how the mighty have fallen. As they reached the hidden sanctuary, they beheld a breathtaking sight of water flowing abundantly. They were so happy, and without wasting time, the villagers drank from the life-giving waters, and they were filled with hope and energy. Achieng's extraordinary ability to commune with nature had saved them from the grip of despair. The sight of Achieng, a blind caste girl, rescuing them from the clutches of drought and despair, shattered their misconception and shattered the notion of her being caste. The villagers approached Achieng with genuine apologies and sought forgiveness for their past ignorance. They now recognized Achieng's true worth and started treating her with respect. They continuously thanked her for saving the village from drought, and they built her a beautiful house as a token of appreciation. News and tales of Achieng's triumph spread like wildfire, reaching the neighboring villages and beyond. People marveled at the blind girl who had rescued her community, defying the curse and misfortune that the villagers had associated with her. From that day, Achieng became a symbol of resilience and inspiration, teaching the villagers to look beyond appearances and value the inherent strength that resides within each individual. So, what's the moral lesson? This story teaches us that we should not judge others based on their appearances, but rather recognize and appreciate them for who they really are. This story also teaches us that disability is not inability. I hope you guys enjoyed today's story and that you learned something out of it. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Kwaheri!